Hi all, I think I'm live now. If you can hear me and if you can see me, can you please just message in the chat that everything looks okay? Then we can start. Can you guys hear me? Can you? I think everything looks okay, right? Yeah, hi all. Let me first start off by by addressing the elephant in the room. How was CAT for all of you? Yeah, many people are saying it was actually pretty bad. Krishnavamsi Padala is saying this time I'm going to attend every live from now on. I plan to do regular lives. I plan to conduct mostly lives on quant because in my opinion the quant for XAT will be definitely tougher than the quant for CAT. And even in this session, we are looking at a few questions in geometry, and we are giving more time than we gave for the CAT season. And I think most of the questions in this session will be actually slightly on the difficult side. And as usual, if you come in the top three, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get that crash course for free. There are some issues. Let me close and open this again. People who have just joined the stream, there are I think around 150 people, right? If you have just joined the stream, can you guys please like the stream? We have close to 150 people who are live. So if you can actually like the stream, that will be very useful for us. So if you want to take part in the test, please go to kraku.in/live. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. We are having some technical issues. I'll get back to you. In the meantime, just go to kraku.in/live. Yeah, I'll also discuss about the CAT analysis. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll again restart the stream. Okay guys, very sorry for the trouble. I think I'm again live. Sorry for the issue. If you can hear me and if you can see me, can you guys please message on the chat? Okay, many people are asking how my exam was. So I was in slot 3. Slot 3 verbal I think was slightly on the I was able to answer all the questions, but I was not very confident of my attempts because I think there is a lot of scope for making mistakes, as you can imagine, because there were many questions which were on the double negative. It's basically saying that if one of the options is, which of the option is false, if false will negate the viewpoint of the other. So it is always very easy to make mistakes in those kind of questions. So after a point of time I got fed up and I started for each of the option I was just trying to see whether it helps the author, whether it adds more credibility to the author or not. So I was not really focusing on the question. I was just trying to see if option A is true, option B is true, option C is true, or option D is true. And there will always be 3 of them which will be false and 1 of them which is true, or the other way around. So based on that I was trying to attempt questions, because the question itself, understanding the question and then trying to understand which of the options was correct became very difficult. So in general I feel my verbal attempt was something which was okay, but I'm not super confident or very happy about. LRDA, because I was in slot 3, by then I already knew that slot 2 LRDA was very difficult. So I was slightly prepared for it. But still I feel I didn't select the sets very well. Where I think I got first set, I think I did the Venn diagrams one quite well. Just give me 1 minute. A small technical issue. Where I felt I got I did the Venn diagrams, but then I got stuck in a 6-setter set, and it took me a lot of time. So I stopped it in the middle, even though I made some progress because I felt I was wasting too much time. Then I went and I solved another 4 question set. And finally, I came back to this 6-setter and I was just about able to finish it. So again, it didn't give me a lot of confidence about how I attempted it. But quant section I did, I think, quite well. So quant section again, I felt it was easier than CAT 2019. So overall, I would say DLR I think was very difficult. If you get good accuracy and if you get 10 questions correct, I think you will get 90, 97, 98, maybe even 99 percentile in slot 3. If you attempt 10 questions and if you get all 10 of them correct. And quant I think is very easy, definitely easier than CAT 2019 in my opinion. And verbal also I think is tricky. I think verbal is not very difficult, but the questions were tricky. I think the passages were not very difficult. I think there was one passage which was difficult to comprehend, but the questions were definitely not easy. There is a lot of scope for making silly mistakes. This is my take. Again, it might be different for different people. Expected score and percentile of CAT 2020. It's too early, I would say. Let the response sheets come. Let me just see what the answers are. Let me see how people have done it, and then we can take a call. In my opinion, what I think is this paper overall is definitely more difficult than CAT 2019. So I would suggest that if you multiply the CAT 2019 percentiles scores into 2 by 3 and decrease it slightly more, then that would be equivalent to the percentile in this year. So again, just to give you an example, if say in 2019 155 or so I think is 99 percentile. So if you multiply it by 2 by 3, that will be close to 103 this year. So I think 103 will be definitely greater than 99 percentile this year. I think at least in slot 3 for sure. I think if you get around 100, I think it should be 99. Again, this is just my opinion. We already wrote analysis for all the 3 slots, slot 1, slot 2 and slot 3. You can always look at it. Mishida Jain is asking, when will response sheet come out? I don't know. I read somewhere that they made some announcement that it will come in the last week. So let us wait for it. What is the I mean, there is nothing that you're going to gain just by obsessing over the answer sheet. We are close to 250 people. If you guys can please like the stream, that will be very good. Today we'll be looking at XAT geometry. If you want to take part in the test, please go to kraku.in/live. We'll be looking at 7 questions in geometry. I would say most of the questions will be slightly on the difficult side because I believe XAT geometry will be definitely more difficult than CAT geometry. So you should be prepared for it. Now, the test will start at exactly 9 p.m. And if you come in the top 3 in this test, you will be getting access to our XAT crash course. This costs 3,000 rupees. I think it costs 2,999. In my opinion, this is a very good product. Somebody who is preparing for XAT, if you are worried about decision making or critical reasoning, I think you should definitely enroll to the XAT crash course. You will also get 5 mocks for XAT, and you'll also get a lot of access to the CAT material which is relevant for XAT. So this is a very useful course. Hundreds of people are enrolling to it every day. So if you are looking to enroll to it, or if you come in the top 3 in today's test, you will be getting free access to the XAT crash course. If you have already enrolled to it and if you come in the top 3, you can message us and you can gift this package to one of your friends. Sudhanshu Kumar is saying, sir, can I join Kraku for just quant and DLR? Because I already enrolled with a coaching, but quants and DLR are not getting to the advanced level. Sure, Sudhanshu, if you are looking to enroll to any package of ours, please send a mail to support@kraku.in. We will let you know the procedure to enroll to any of our courses. We'll be starting a batch for CAT 2021. It will be a dedicated batch which will start in the last week of December. So anybody who is looking to enroll to any of our batches or any of our courses, please send a mail to support@kraku.in. We'll definitely get back to you in a few hours. So anybody who wants to take part in the test, and I would strongly recommend that you take part in the test because only then will you get a habit of solving these questions. Please go to kraku.in/live. And if you are looking for a good package to enroll to for XAT, please enroll to the XAT crash course. It has just started and I am sure it will be very helpful to students. Ratandeep Ghosh is saying, I did Venn diagrams Only 4 questions. Yeah, actually, on that aspect, I felt that the Venn diagrams questions was the easiest of the lot. And because I prepared the mocks for dash cats, I know that we have asked 4 parameter Venn diagrams quite often in our LRDI sets. Many times I used to tell you, even in the streams, that there are certain types of LRDI sets which are definitely easy. And I always would mention that Venn diagrams is one of the easier sets. So if you are following our streams or if you're attempting our mocks, you would definitely have an idea of how to answer Venn diagrams which have 4 parameters, like it was given in the examination. And I feel it was a very simple Venn diagram. If you know how to draw the diagram of how to represent the data that is given, which has 4 parameters, you'll definitely be able to solve the Venn diagrams that was given in CAT. Secondly, I feel that the quant that was asked in slot 3 definitely was very similar to the quant questions that we asked in our dash cats. Again, as I prepared most of the mocks, I know exactly what are the kind of questions that were asked, and I felt it was very similar to the quant questions in our dash cats. If you agree with it, can you please message in the chat or send us a mail, because that was my opinion. Maybe I'm biased towards Kraku, but I felt that the dash cat similarity, especially in quant, is staggering. I felt it was very similar to the level of questions that was asked. Anyway, we'll be starting our test for Kraku for XAT geometry. If you want to participate in it, please go to kraku.in/live, and we'll be going live in exactly another 2 minutes. The questions, Rohan Raju is saying, sir, 100 percentile this time also. I'm not so sure, man. I'm not so sure because my LRDA was not very good. Normally, last time, for example, I knew that I did very well in quant and LRDA. This time I know I did very well in quant. I think I did better than average in LRDA, but again, I don't know how good it is. In my opinion, I think I'll score high, but I don't know whether it will be 100 percentile or not. Because again, verbal is a big variable. I don't really know how much I'll score in verbal. Sardak Malhotra is saying, sir, in quant, will you get full? I attempted all questions. I'll score well, but there is a chance that I would have made 1 or 2 silly mistakes because there was very little time. Normally, when I answer a question, I spend around 10 to 15 seconds just to ensure that the answer feels correct. You know what I'm saying, right? Once I get an answer, I try to see if I would have committed any silly mistakes, or I try to think about the question and the answer. This time, because there was very little time, I was just answering the question, I was inputting it, and I was going to the next question. So in my opinion, there is a good chance I would have committed a silly mistake in 1 or 2 of my questions. But I think I'll get, I would have done decently well. I think I would have gotten at least 23 correct. But again, let us see once we get the response sheet. Sovik Rai saying LRDA was not similar to any institute's mocks. I remember CAT 2007 LRDA after taking BCS LRDA. That is true. LRDA, I would say, is not very similar to what our dash cats had. But one of the things I would say is there was one set in slot 3 in deliveries, which I think was very similar to one of the sets we had in one of our dash cats. We had a set in mobile phone delivery, which I think was slightly similar. But the Venn diagrams question, which was there in slot 3, was very similar to many of the sets that we have given. So if anybody was taking our dash cats regularly, they would have gotten at least one set definitely correct. And in a year like this, where the LRDA is definitely very difficult, getting one set correct is not bad at all. Because if you're getting one set which is an easy set and you know how to answer it, you would really feel pumped up, or at least you will feel motivated to answer at least one more set. Okay guys, we'll be starting the test. Please go to kraku.in/live. We'll be loading the first question very shortly. We have around 260 people who are watching this. If you guys can like the stream, that will be very good. Sanskriti Mohapatra is saying, was able to answer the 4 parameters Venn diagrams due to Kraku mocks. Thanks a lot, Sanskriti. I felt the same, and I actually got a couple of mails from students who also told me that they were able to answer the Venn diagrams questions because of some of the videos that Siley made, which also is true, and it was there even in our dash cat. So somebody who's following our dash cats with the video solutions, I think would also have been able to solve the Venn diagrams question. Akash Agarwal is saying, sir, your attempts please. I told you, no, I attempted all questions in verbal, but I'm not sure of the accuracy. because I felt the verbal questions were slightly tricky. So there's a good chance I would have made some mistakes, many mistakes actually. In LRDA, I attempted 14 questions and I put some answers for the theta questions. I don't know how many I'll get right. I think I would have gotten most of them correct, but again, I don't know. There is definitely a chance that I've made some mistakes in the LRDA. In quant, I attempted all. I was able to solve all, but I am just worried about the silly mistakes I would have committed because I didn't check. Harsh Sharma is saying, hi sir, what is the process to apply for content creator job? Please send your resume to support@krakow.in and then we will let you know if you're shortlisted. Okay, let us look at it. Let us look at this question. 64 people have gotten this correct. So that is good. That is a good start to the session. Let us try to answer this. A circle is drawn inside an equilateral triangle such that it touches all the sides of the triangle. Another equilateral triangle is drawn such that this circle touches all the vertices of the triangle lie on this circle. What is the ratio of the larger triangle to that of the smaller triangle? So let us assume that the side of the larger triangle is S and the side of the smaller triangle is A. Let us assume that the radius of the circle is R. Now the thing that is important to notice is that the circle is the incircle for the larger equilateral triangle and it is the circumcircle for the smaller equilateral triangle. So if you are looking only at an equilateral triangle, say let us assume that this is an equilateral triangle. Let the side of the equilateral triangle be equal to S and let us try to calculate what is its in radius. If you already know the formula, that is good, but even otherwise you should be able to answer this question quite well. So let us assume that this is the in center. Draw a perpendicular to one of the lines, one of the sides, and connect it to the one of the vertices. So this will be S by 2. The length over here will be equal to R and this is equal to 30 degrees. This is because in an equilateral triangle, the angular bisector will be the same as the median, which will be the same as the perpendicular bisector. So not the perpendicular bisector, basically the angle bisector and the median and the altitude, all of them will match. So let us assume that this is O, this is A, this is B, this is C and this is D. So what is the value of cos 30 degrees? In this case, cos 30 degrees is equal to adjacent side, that is S by 2 divided by the hypotenuse, which is equal to R. Cos 30 degrees is equal to root 3 by 2 is equal to S by 2R. Or what is the value of R? This is equal to S by root 3. This is the in radius of an equilateral triangle. Let us now look at the circumradius. Let us assume that this is an equilateral triangle. Suppose the side is small a. Now let us try to see what is the circumradius. So again let us connect it to, let us draw a perpendicular to one of the sides and let us connect it to one of the vertices. This is equal to capital R. In this particular case, this is also equal to small r. This will be equal to A by 2. Let us say this is O1, this is A1, this is B1 and this is C1. This is again equal to 30 degrees. Now so in this particular case, if you are looking at the circumradius, what is the value of the circumradius? Let me just look at it. So this is over here equal to R. What about Siley ma'am? Yeah, I'll look at the chat in some time. I think I lost my train of thought over here. So in this particular case, if I'm looking at the, this is the in radius of an equilateral triangle. If I'm looking at the circumradius, this is R. Okay, sorry, this will be the in radius. This will be equal to smaller. And this is equal to A by 2. So tan 30 degrees will be equal to small r divided by a by 2, or 1 by root 3 is equal to 2r by a, or the value of r is equal to a by 2 root 3. Basically, this is the in radius and this is the circumradius. So in this particular question, we know that if you're looking at A as the side of the smaller equilateral triangle and S as the side of the larger equilateral triangle, and if you're trying to equate both of them in terms of small r, the radius of the circle is the in radius of the larger equilateral triangle. So r will be equal to S divided by 2 root 3. Because in this particular case, if you notice, I just made a mistake over here. For the larger equilateral triangle, the circle is the in radius. So the value of r will be equal to S by 2 root 3. And for the smaller equilateral triangle, the circle is the circumcircle. So r again is equal to a by root 3. What we are essentially saying is that the value of the radius is the same. So S by 2 root 3 will equal a by root 3. So S by 2 root 3 is equal to a by root 3, or the value of S will equal 2a. That is, the side of the larger equilateral triangle is equal to 2 times the side of the smaller equilateral triangle. So if you are trying to compare their areas, S square by a square will be the ratio of their areas, which will equal 4 by 1. So you just have to know the formula for the circumradius of an equilateral triangle, which will equal a by root 3, and the in radius, which is equal to a by 2 root 3. Once you know that, you will be able to answer this question. Let us look at the next question. This, I think, is a slightly tricky question, a slightly lengthy question also. So I hope many of you will get it correct, but let us see. Feather Sai saying, did you get stuck in the land trees set 2 in LRDS slot 3? Yeah, that was the set I got stuck in. I think I spent around 20 minutes on it. It is a bad set selection. In general, I felt I solved those kind of questions well, so I got stuck in it. But it's once you get stuck in it, there is nothing you can do when there are only 40 minutes. Try to answer this. This is a slightly tricky question. Be able to get it. We have close to 250 people who are watching this live. If you guys can please like the stream, that will be very helpful for us. Rahul Mishra is saying there was an anarchy passage from Krakow also there. Yeah, probably. Aishwarya Chandak is saying, sir, for me, mock revision and quant's top 100 question helped me a lot. I was able to complete 3 sets, which was confidence boosting. Thanks a lot, Aishwarya. Uday Kutke is saying, does Krakow have a XAT Telegram group? We have a very useful Telegram group. It is actually quite active. If you guys can, we'll post the link to join the Telegram group. You can please join it. It has, I think, around 6,500 people, more than that. Bhagyashri is asking, what are the answers for the land plot questions did you get, if you remember? I don't remember actually. I think one of them was 49. I think the middle row total was 49. Anyway, let us see. Let us just wait for the response sheets. I don't want to discuss the questions before the response sheet is out. Raghu Charan, I saw Saili ma'am outside the Hyderabad test center, but was afraid to meet her. You can always say hi after the exam. We like to interact with students. Just don't say hi before the exam, because I think you will be disturbing the focus. But after the exam, you can definitely say hi. Okay, let us try to answer this question. 27 people have gotten this correct, 80 people have gotten this wrong. If 27 people have gotten this correct, it means that they are preparing quite well. This, in my opinion, is not a very easy question. I think it is a fairly tricky question. So let us try to answer this question. In this question, we are told that there is a rectangle ABCD. Let us assume that this is the rectangle ABCD. The area of this rectangle is 90 units. And there are, let us draw the rectangle. This is A, B, C and D. Now there are points P and Q which trisect AB. So this is point P. This is point Q. This trisects the side AB, and there is R which bisects CD. So R is somewhere over here. We draw the diagonal AC which intersects the line segments PR and QR at M and N. So let us first draw the diagonal. So let us assume that this is the diagonal. Once you draw the diagonal, connect P to R and connect Q to R. Now we are told that the points of intersection of PR and QR with the diagonal are M and N. So this is M and this is N. We are asked to find out the area of the quadrilateral PQMN. So let us assume that the height or the breadth of the rectangle is A, and let us assume that the length of AB is B. P and Q trisect the side AB, so this will be B by 3, this will be B by 3 and this will be B by 3. Similarly, DR will be equal to B by 2 and this will also be equal to B by 2. Now what we are trying to do is calculate the area of quadrilateral PQMN. To calculate the area of quadrilateral PQMN, let us first calculate the area of triangle PQR, and from that let us try to subtract the area of triangle MNR. Once we do that, we will be getting the area of quadrilateral PQMN. Calculating the area of PQR is not very difficult. Remember that we are told that the area of rectangle ABCD is 90 units, or A into B is equal to 90, because we assume that the sides of the rectangle are AB. So what is the area of PQR? The length of the base of triangle PQR is B by 3. So it will be half into base, which is equal to B by 3. And the height is the same as the height of the rectangle or the breadth of the rectangle, which is equal to A. This is the area of triangle PQR. This is equal to AB by 6, which is equal to 15 units. What is the important thing over here is calculating the area of triangle MNR. To calculate the area of triangle MNR, we need to first calculate the length of MN. And once we calculate the length of MN, we will draw a perpendicular from R to MN, which will probably intersect it outside. This will be 90 degrees, and we will have to calculate the value of, let us say this is Rx. We will calculate the height and we will calculate the base. To calculate the length of MN, we will have to notice a few things. If you are looking at triangle MRC, that is similar to triangle APM, because both of these angles are the same, and all the angles of both of these triangles are the same. This also will be the same as this, because the lines are parallel and they are intersecting. So if all the three angles are the same, both the triangles will be the same. So the ratio of their sides or the proportion of their sides will be the same. So in this particular case, AM by MC will equal AP by RC. What is the value of AP? That is equal to B by 3. And what is the value of RC? That is equal to B by 2. So this is equal to 2 by 3. So AM by MC is equal to 2 by 3. We know that AM plus MC is equal to AC. That is the length of the diagonal of the rectangle. So if AM by MC is equal to 2 by 3, we know that the length of AM is equal to 2 by 5 times the length of the diagonal AC. Similarly, we can even look at and calculate the length of the other side, that is NC, in terms of the diagonal AC. Using these two, we will be able to calculate the length of MN. We will try to find out how. So if you are looking at triangle NRC, this is again similar to triangle AQN, for the same reason that all the angles will be the same. this will be same as this. So if you are looking at each of the sides, they will also be in proportion. So NC divided by AN will be equal to RC divided by AQ. What is the value of RC? This is equal to B by 2. And what is the value of AQ? AQ is equal to 2B by 3. So if you simplify this, this is equal to 3 by 4. Or the value of NC will be equal to 3 by 7 times the length of the diagonal AC. Why? Because again NC plus AN is the length of the diagonal AC. And if they are in the ratio 3:4, the value of NC will be 3 by 7 into AC. And the value of AN will be equal to 4 by 7 times AC. So we know that NC is equal to 3 by 7 times AC. We know that AM is equal to 2 by 5 times AC. So if you are looking for the length of the middle part, MN, that will be equal to AC minus 2 by 5 AC minus 3 by 7 AC. So if you simplify this, you can take the LCM, which is equal to 35. So that will be 14 plus 15, that is 29 by 35. So the length of MN will be equal to 6 by 35 AC. This is the base of the triangle MNR. We also need to calculate the height of the triangle, which is equal to RX. So let us assume that angle C over here, that is angle ACD, is equal to theta. So the length of RX will be equal to, because in the triangle RXC, this will equal B by 2, which is the hypotenuse, into sine theta. Therefore the area of the triangle MNR will be equal to half into base, which is equal to MN, which is equal to 6 by 35 into AC. This is the base into the height. And what is the height? It is equal to B by 2 into sine theta. We know that AC is the diagonal of the rectangle, so that will equal, this will equal half into 6 by 35 into what is the length of the diagonal? This is equal to into square root of A square plus B square into B by 2. And what is the value of sine theta? If you are looking at the larger triangle ADC, the value of sine theta will be equal to A divided by AC, or this will equal into A by square root of A square plus B square. Basically the length of AC will get cancelled. So this will be A square plus B square, and this is A square plus B square. This will be 3 and this will be get cancelled. So this is equal to 3 into AB. The length of AB is again equal to 90. So this is equal to 3 into 90 divided by 35 into 2. 35 into 2 is 70. So this is 270 by 70, or this is equal to 27 by 7. 27 by 7 will be approximately equal to 3.85. That is the area of triangle MNR. We know that the area of triangle PQR is 15 and area of triangle MNR is 3.85. So if you are looking at the area of the quadrilateral PQMN, that will be 15 minus 3.85. So that will come to approximately 11.15. So the correct answer will be option D. It is greater than 11 and less than 11.5. This is a lengthy question. This is a tricky question. But in my opinion, these are the kind of questions that can be asked in XAT. These kind of questions will not be asked in CAT, because I think this is too difficult for CAT. But sometimes the geometry questions in XAT will be more difficult. So you should be able to get an idea. Yeah, this is a very difficult question. Bindu Bhanu is asking, how can one get such ideas in an examination? You have to look at it. If you are looking at calculating the area of the quadrilateral PQMN, there is only one way to do it. There are many ways, but in my opinion, the easiest way is to first calculate the area of triangle PQR and then try to calculate the area of triangle MNR. There might be other ways also. You should be able to calculate it. But in my opinion, calculating the length of MN is the key, which in this particular case will be equal to 6 by 35 times AC. Okay, let us look at the next question now. This is not a very difficult question. This I am assuming most of you will be able to get correct. Oshin Sharma is asking, do easy questions not get asked in XAT? In my opinion, in XAT there will be some questions which will be very easy, but there will also be some questions which will be very difficult. So it is always a good idea for you to prepare for the tougher questions. You can definitely expect some sitters, but it is always a good idea to prepare for even difficult questions. We have 227 people who are watching this. If you guys can please like the stream, that will be very useful for us. Mehul Rati is saying, sir, will CAT revision questions be applicable for XAT? Yeah, definitely. There is a lot of overlap in the quant section of CAT and XAT. Many of the easier questions in CAT can be asked in XAT, but in my opinion, there will be at least 2 or 3 questions in XAT which will be more difficult than that of CAT. Jaypriya is saying, really helpful session, sir. Keep doing more. Yeah, I plan to do more sessions. You can help us by liking the stream and please sharing the stream. That will be very good. M. Goel is saying, is there a course for CAT 2021? We are starting a batch for CAT 2021 in the last week of December. You can send a mail to support@krakow.in. In my opinion, that will be a very useful course. And to prepare for CAT, especially as I was saying earlier, it is always a good thing to start your preparation early and just spend 1 or 2 hours every single day consistently. And I'm sure you will improve your percentile and your aptitude significantly by the time next year's CAT comes. Okay, let us look at this question. We have 46 people who got this correct. So in this question, we are told that we have a circle and in the circle there is a quadrilateral. The diagonals of the quadrilateral are perpendicular to each other. We are given the length of A, this we are told is equal to 4. We are given the length of C, this we are told is equal to 3. And the length of AB is equal to 5. And the length of CD is equal to 10. We are required to calculate the area of the quadrilateral triangle ABCD. So if you're looking at the quadrilateral triangle, because the diagonals are perpendicular to each other, you should be able to calculate the length of B and D also. How can you calculate the length of B and D? Because triangle PCD is similar to triangle ABP. Why is that the case? Because all the angles are the same. Angle D over here will be the same as angle A because both of them are subtending they are from the same chord and they will be subtending the same angle at the circumference. The chord in this particular case is BC. Similarly, angle B over here, that is ABP, will be the same as angle C over here, that is ACD. Because again both of them are subtending the they will subtend the same angle at the circumference because they are looking at the same chord. And we already know that angle at P is the same and both of them are equal to 90 degrees. So as all the 3 angles are the same, all the sides will be in proportion to each other. That is, in this particular case, D divided by 4 is equal to B divided by 3, which is equal to 10 divided by 5, is equal to 2. Or the length of D is equal to 8 and the length of B is equal to 6. So now you know the diagonals of the quadrilateral triangle, quadrilateral. Both of them are perpendicular to each other. There are multiple ways in which you can calculate the area of this quadrilateral. In my opinion, there will be many formulas also for you to calculate the area, but it is quite easy to calculate it as the sum of the areas of the two triangles, triangle ABC plus triangle ACD. In triangle ABC, the length of the base is 4 plus 6, which is equal to 10. So this is equal to half into 10 into what is the height? The height is equal to 3. Plus in angle ACD, the base is again equal to 10. So this will equal half into 10 into what is the height? The height is equal to 8. So if you simplify this, this is 30 by 2, which is 15, plus 80 by 2, which is 40, So the total area of the quadrilateral is equal to 55, which is option C. Let us look at the next question. Krantadarshi Garki Panigraha is asking, is CAT 2021 will be the same pattern as CAT 2020? Nobody can really guess that, but in my opinion, it will be different because this time they mentioned that the decrease in the time is just because of COVID. In my opinion, COVID will go away by next November. So the pattern might revert back to what it was originally. Shobit Jain is asking, sir, why do we need to solve these many questions? It seems we are just robots. This is the system. The system wants to select the people who do well in this examination. So you can either prepare for the examination, practice as many questions as you can, and try to do well in the examination. Or you can say, this is not for me, I'll try to do something else in life, and you can also do that. Mustaq Ali is saying, hi Kraku team, because of difficulty level in CAT 2020 DLR, will you update course module to face these kind of difficult questions in the future? Yeah, definitely. I found the questions to be very interesting. Given more time, we will be able to answer it. But I felt the questions were interesting. So we'll definitely include those kind of questions in our upcoming mocks for next year. Okay, we have 200 likes, so that is good. We have 200 people who are watching the stream also. This, in my opinion, is not a very difficult question. Let us try to answer this question. So we are told that there is a circle, and in the circle there are two chords PQ and QR which are perpendicular to each other. So this is a PQ, this is a QR. Not a very good diagram, but let us assume that these are the two chords. Let us connect P to R. We are told that this is 90 degrees. So this is P, this is Q, and this is R. We are told that the length of PQ is 8 centimeters and the length of QR is 10 centimeters. So we know what is the length of PR. Because this is a right angle triangle, the length of PR will be equal to square root of 8 square plus 10 square. This is equal to square root of 164. This is equal to 2 into square root of 41. Now in any circle, if you have a circle and if you draw a diameter, and if you connect both the ends of the diameter to any point on the circumference, it will subtend 90 degrees. So if this is the diameter, let's say AB is the diameter and C is any point on the circumference, then the angle ACB will always be equal to 90 degrees and vice versa. So in this particular case, as we are told that angle Q is equal to 90 degrees, it would imply that PR is the diameter and the length of the diameter we have calculated is equal to 2 square root 41. So what is the radius of the circle? The radius will be equal to diameter by 2, which is equal to square root of 41. So what is the area of the circle? That will be pi r square, which is equal to pi into 41. So the area of the circle will be 41 pi. 51 people have gotten this correct. This is an easy question, so I'm quite happy that many people have gotten this correct. Now let us look at the next question. Mehul Rati is saying, will you be uploading anything like top 100 questions for XAT? Will the CAT one be relevant for XAT? Please reply. I think the CAT one will be definitely very relevant for XAT because the top 100 questions we selected in our stream was more on the slightly difficult side, which will be extremely useful for people who are preparing for XAT. So definitely watch that top 100 questions video that we made. I think it will help you very much. Ritik Anand is saying, will this live stream be saved? Yeah, it will be saved. You can watch it on our YouTube channel. So again, this has the same formula that we discussed in the first question. That is with respect to the circumradius and the inradius of an equilateral triangle. If you get it, you should be able to solve this. If you know the formula, it is good. If you don't know the formula, you should be able to derive it. It is not very difficult. PJ Banerjee is saying some number systems and PNC sessions for XAT, please. I'll definitely conduct some number systems questions. I think the two most important topics for XAT are geometry and number systems. We have written a blog. We have just posted the link to the blog that gives the weightage for the number of questions that were asked in the last 5 years in XAT according to topics. So if you look at it, you will figure out that the weightage for geometry is very much and the weightage for number systems is also very high. So those are two very important topics. Tejasvi Mailrapu is saying, apart from syllabus and sections, what is the one thing that makes that different from CAT? In general, I would suggest there is more subjectivity with respect to XAT. Last year, the answer key was not released for XAT. We prepared an answer key. We received a lot of brickbats for the answer key because it differed from the actual answer key, especially in verbal and decision making. I don't want to comment much on it, but I would just say in XAT there is a lot more subjectivity with respect to decision making and verbal ability than CAT. Okay, let us try to answer this question. As I mentioned earlier, if you know the formulas for the circumradius and the inradius of an equilateral triangle, you should be able to solve this question quite well. So in this question, we are told that a square of side x centimeters is drawn. Taking the diagonal of the square as one of the sides, an equilateral triangle is drawn. So let us assume that the equilateral triangle is something like this. This is the equilateral triangle. Each side of the equilateral triangle is equal to the diagonal of the square. So if this is equal to A and A, the value of A is equal to x root 2 because it is equal to the diagonal of the square. Now once you have drawn this equilateral triangle, the difference in the areas of the circumcircle and the incircle is 72 pi centimeter square. So let r be the circumradius and small r be the inradius of the equilateral triangle. Now we are told that pi r square minus pi small r square is equal to 72 pi, or the value of r square minus small r square is equal to 72. In an equilateral triangle, what is the value of the circumradius? R will be equal to a by root 3. And what is the value of the inradius? Small r will equal a by 2 root 3. So what is the value of r square? This will equal a square by 3 minus the value of small r square will be a square by 12. This is equal to 72. A square by 3 minus a square by 12 is equal to a square by 4. This is equal to 72. Now the value of a will be equal to square root of 288, which is equal to 12 into square root 2, because 288 is 144 into 2. But we know that a itself is equal to x root 2, or x root 2 is equal to 12 root 2, or the value of x is equal to 12 centimeters, which is equal to option D. Let us look at the next question. This is a very interesting question, and in my opinion a very useful question, because these kind of questions can be definitely asked in either CAT or XAT, because this might appear tricky but this is actually very simple. Tushar Huda is saying, what is the fee for the XAT crash course? We have just started the XAT crash course. It is a very useful course, especially for students who are struggling with the decision making. So the XAT crash course, it costs 2,999. It has 5 XAT mocks and it has very good videos for decision making, which I think will definitely help you when you're tackling the actual examination. So if you're looking to enroll, please go ahead. We have posted the link. If you want to enroll, please enroll to it. Many people have enrolled to it, and I'm sure many people are finding it very useful. If you have liked this video, if you like this stream, can you guys please like the video? It will help us reach more students, and if we are doing more videos, which we plan to do in the coming days, you'll get a notification for the same and you can join the streams. Arpit Yadav is saying, sir, can you tell the answer for the 4-set Venn diagram? I don't remember it, man. I just know that I answered it. But again, as I said, I don't want to discuss the specific questions before the response sheet is out. Let the response sheet come, then everything will be quite clear. Ishan Sharma is saying, are there any DM section tests in XAT crash course? Yeah, the XAT crash course is especially designed for students who are struggling with decision making. It has a lot of weightage in XAT, as you would probably know. So we are tackling XAT, we are tackling decision making quite thoroughly in our XAT crash course. Okay, let us try to answer this question. In this question, we are given a quadrilateral as is mentioned. We are told that area of QOR is 15. So this is equal to 15. Area of SOR is 18, so this is 18, and area of POS is 12. And we are required to calculate the area of POQ. So let us assume this is equal to X. So if you are looking at the area of POQ and divided by the area of QOR, one of the things that you should notice is that the vertex Q is the same for both POQ as well as QR. And the base is also intersecting. Base of both the triangles are also coinciding. Essentially what it implies is that the height of both of these triangles will be the same. That is, if you draw a perpendicular from Q to the line PR, let us call it H. This H is the same for both the triangles POQ as well as QR. So if you are trying to calculate the area of POQ, it will be equal to half into PO, which is the base, into the height, which let us assume is equal to H, and you divide it by the area of triangle QR, which is equal to half into the base, which is equal to OR, into again the height, which is the same, which is equal to H. So you can cancel H on both sides, you can cancel half on both sides. Area of POQ we assume it is equal to X, so X divided by area of QR is 15. So X by 15 is equal to PO divided by OR. Now let us try to consider the other two triangles. So area of POS divided by area of ROS is equal to, let us again draw a perpendicular from S to the line PR, and let us assume that this height is equal to H1. The thing to notice is that the height is the same for both the triangles. So area of POS will be equal to half into the base, which is equal to PO, into the height, which is equal to H1, divided by half into the base of ROS. The base of ROS will be OR, that is RO, into the height, which is again equal to H1. So we can again cancel half and we can again cancel H1. So this is again equal to PO by OR. And what is the area of POS? That is equal to 12 And what is the area of ROS? That is equal to 18. 12 by 18 is basically equal to 2 by 3. So x by 15 is equal to 2 by 3. Because the right hand side is the same, this is equal to PO divided by OR, and this also is equal to PO divided by OR. Or the value of x will be equal to 15 into 2, that is 30, divided by 3, which is equal to 10 square units. So the correct answer will be option B. Now let us look at the last question of this session. This is a question in trigonometry with respect to angles of elevation. These are the kind of questions which I think are very, very important for XAT. We noticed that these kind of questions have been asked in XAT in the recent years. So try to answer this on your own. Otherwise, please look forward to the explanation. Tejasvi Mailer is saying, what was the opinion of your content creators on the CAT exam, sir? So as I've discussed earlier, we have students who are taking CAT who work with us and help us in developing very good content for CAT. They're called the content managers. They've also taken the CAT exam, and their feedback has also been quite similar. They felt quant was quite easy. Many of them were in the slot 3. They felt quant was quite easy. They felt LRDI was very difficult, but most of them got good accuracy in LRDI. So I'm hoping that they do well in LRDI. And verbal is tricky. All of them are also a little nervous about verbal, because we can never be sure how we have performed in verbal until the answer key comes out. Krishnan Tyagarajan is saying, does Krakow have a daily target course for CAT 2021 where a student gets 50 questions with solutions every day till CAT 2020? If not, is there a possibility of providing one like that? We'll have a Krakow daily target that will start in the last week of December. Last year's daily target, I think, was the best course for students who are preparing for CAT this year. Students who are looking for good CAT level questions with video solutions should enroll to Krakow daily target. It will start in the last week of December. So you'll be getting one set in quant, one set in LRDI, and one set in verbal every single day. So enroll to it, but it will start in the last week of December. Jatin Lalwan is saying, any discounts for close to top 3? Close to top 3, I don't think I can give discounts. But people who come in the top 3, that is Prasoon Parihar, Shubham Hemani, and Sahil Dandavati, please send a mail to support@krakow.in, and you will be getting access to the course, the XAT crash course. Vijay Chitlangia, I think you also can send a mail because you have come close to the top 3. Probably they can give you also access to the XAT crash course. Vijay Chitlangia, sir, can I get discount? Yeah, you can definitely get a discount. Please send a mail to support@krakow.in. Okay, let us look at this answer. So in this question, we are told that there is a camera at the top of a pole that can record the top of a building next to it with an elevation of 30 degrees. Another camera which is at the foot of the pole can record the top of the building with an elevation of 60 degrees. Find the ratio between the height of the building and the height of the pole. So we have a pole over here and we have a building over here. From the top of the pole, the elevation is 30 degrees, and from the foot of the pole, the elevation is equal to 60 degrees. So let us assume that the height of the pole is, say, small p, and the height of the building is equal to capital B. Let us draw a perpendicular from the top of the pole to the building. So this will also equal p. So this is equal to 30 degrees. Just to explain better, let us name all the points. So this is A, B, C, D, and E. What is the length of BC divided by AC? BC divided by AC is equal to tan 30 degrees, which is equal to 1 by root 3. or the length of AC is equal to BC into root 3. So let us assume that the length of AC is equal to small d. So the length of BC will be equal to d divided by root 3. This is also equal to d. If you are looking at triangle BDE, what is the length of this is 60 degrees. So tan 60 degrees will be equal to BD divided by ED. ED we know is equal to D. So the length of BD will be equal to D into root 3. So the whole this will be equal to D root 3. So D root 3 is also equal to the height of the building, which is equal to capital B, and D root 3 is equal to D by root 3 plus the height of the pole, which is equal to P, or the height of the pole P is equal to D root 3 minus D by root 3, which is equal to 2D by root 3. This is the length of the height of the pole and this is the height of the building. If you are looking at the ratio of B by P, this is equal to D root 3 divided by 2D divided by root 3. You can cancel D on both sides. So this will simplify to 3 by 2. So the required answer, that is the height of the building to the height of the pole, is equal to 3 by 2. Prasun Kumar Parihar is saying, can we expect more streams in the coming days like we had before CAT? Yeah, I'll try to do more streams, definitely, mostly in quant. Maybe Sally will also do some streams in decision making. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and please click on the bell icon, because we plan to do streams in an impromptu manner. We don't have a schedule that we want to follow, which we can give you in advance, but mostly we'll conduct streams at around 8:45 in the night. So if you subscribe to the channel, then you will get a notification when we go live. Pedisa is saying, sir, are the XAT marks updated from last year are the same? Yeah, all the marks are in the latest pattern. They are updated. Please enroll to it. And if you are looking for help in the decision making section, please enroll to the XAT crash course. In my opinion, that is a very good course for students who are preparing for XAT. It costs only 2,999 and many people have enrolled to it. We have just given the link. If you are looking for it, please enroll to it. Sanskriti Mohapatra is saying, thank you for the live stream, sir. Please continue this. It's very helpful for the exams. Yeah, Sanskriti, I plan to do it. I plan to do at least one stream every week before the examination. Please subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon so that you will get a notification. Mahendra Kotak is saying, sir, can we have quick revision classes for SNAP as well? I'll try to do it, but I can't promise them. I plan to do regular streams for XAT. I'll try to take 1 or 2 streams for even SNAP. Okay guys, thanks for this stream. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.